Next time on Death in Paradise.
May just have wind in the chest.
A chef is killed in his restaurant. His family and staff hated him, but they all have an alibi.
How do we make sense of all this?
Find out on Death in Paradise.
Tonight at 9 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
A heartfelt thank you to all who pledged their support during our recent membership drive and having your generous contribution matched by Newman's Own Foundation. If you missed out, don't worry, it's not too late. Newman's Own Foundation wants Arizona PBS to finish the fiscal year on a strong note, so all donations made through the end of June will be matched dollar for dollar up to $50,000. Here's your chance to help Arizona PBS while having your donation doubled by Newman's Own Foundation. Donate today, only a few more days left. Your support will ensure that we continue our mission of bringing quality public programming to Arizona. Thank you.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World. Get the inside scoop on what's happening at Arizona PBS. Become an insider. You'll receive weekly updates on the most anticipated upcoming programs and events. Get the insider delivered to your email inbox. Visit azpbs.org to sign up today. Coming soon to Arizona PBS.
Hi, I'm Alberto Rios. This week on Books and Company, Pulitzer Prize-winning author Stephen Hunter talking about his latest book, G-Man.
Well, all the gunfights are based on records, based on actual gunfights.
Don't miss an all-new Books and Company Friday night at 11:30 on Arizona PBS.
Support for Arizona PBS comes from viewers like you and from
Ironwood Cancer and Research Centers, personalized cancer care through medical oncology, radiation oncology, and radiology services, focusing on emotional, physical, and social support, outsmarting cancer one patient at a time.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
The Arizona Board of Regents is standing with dreamers. What the board's decision means for DACA students and their college tuition.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives is voting to increase penalties on illegal immigration. Our Washington bureau spoke with both sides of the aisle on this new legislation.
And the City of Phoenix budget calls for hiring new police officers. How the Phoenix Police Department is aiming to better reflect the diversity of Valley residents.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Annika Walters.
And I'm Tyler Paley. Thanks for joining us. The Arizona Board of Regents met this afternoon to discuss the future of DACA students' college tuition. Last week, the Maricopa County Community College District voted to appeal last week's court decision that makes DACA students ineligible for in-state tuition. It's a story we've been following since last week. Cronkite News reporter Tyler Fingert was inside that meeting a short while ago. It wrapped up. Now he's live in Phoenix. Tyler, what did they decide?
Tyler, it's heading to the courts. The Arizona Board of Regents is standing by DACA students in this case. The decision today doesn't come as much of a surprise that DACA students will continue to receive in-state tuition at least until the court case is settled. In a statement last week, Regents President Eileen Klein talked about the requirement to follow laws, but said they are concerned about the success and needs of DACA students. At the meeting today, it was a very close decision. The Regents meeting was partially because of this decision by the Maricopa County Community College Board. This was seen earlier this week as they approved in a 4-3 vote to fight the Court of Appeals decision that caused DACA students to lose in-state tuition. After that meeting, students told our team that this was a step in the right direction. This decision to fight the judge's ruling is going to have broad-reaching implications across the state at all schools like Arizona State University, the University of Arizona, and Northern Arizona University. At the Regents meeting a short time ago, they said it's necessary to give DACA students certainty.
We realize there are all kinds of issues involved. There are political issues, there are legal issues. But as I said before, the students are our main priority, our main focus, and we just wanted to make sure that they had some certainty going forward. So I hope this helps, and I think it will.
Late last year, ASU President Michael Crow sent this letter to students telling them their, quote, commitment to DACA students and to all Dreamers remains unchanged, end quote. We reached out to President Crow's office today, who said they still stand by that. We also reached out to NAU and U of A. U of A got back to us saying that they are taking the Regents' lead. NAU never got back to us, but the DACA students who were inside the meeting today said that they are happy with this decision and the step as they move forward. Live in Phoenix, Tyler Finger, Cronkite News.
President Trump's administration has set new visa guidelines for 6 Muslim-majority countries and all refugees. New applicants must prove they have close family members or strong business ties in the U.S., but family relationships are limited and don't include grandparents, grandchildren, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, or other extended family. Trump's initial travel ban in January caused major problems at airports around the world and protests across the U.S., including here in Phoenix. As travelers with already approved visas were denied entry to the U.S., so far no major problems have been reported at airports in the hours since the new guidelines were announced.
Immigration restrictions were also the focus for talk radio hosts who gathered in Washington this week to keep pressure on Congress as part of an annual event called Hold Their Feet to the Fire. One goal of the talkers, like Garrett Lewis of Tucson's KNST, is to get President Trump to follow through on the many get tough promises he made during his campaign.
I think you need to build a wall, barriers. You definitely need a wall. You need more border patrol. You need laws that are on the books to actually be enforced. You need to stop dangling the carrots of free health care, goodies, any kind of services that are provided to people that are not here legally.
Also making the rounds at that event were Tombstone ranchers Peggy and Fred Davis. They went from radio booth to radio booth, sharing stories of problems that human trafficking and illegal immigration have brought to their ranch. The talk radio event ends today. And the House took up a pair of immigration enforcement bills today in Washington, targeting repeat offenders and sanctuary cities. Alex Valdez was on the Hill today, tracking down reactions from Arizona's representatives in Congress. Alex.
Yes, Kate's law would stiffen penalties for people who constantly re-enter the country illegally, while the No Sanctuaries for Criminals Act would deny federal funding to cities who don't agree to turn over undocumented immigrants. Supporters say the bills will make America safe, while critics bluntly call that a lie.
Well, we think it's going to be an improvement in public safety because all communities around the country will have a measure of safety. You're going to see more enforcement. If somebody's a known criminal, for instance, we're going to take them off the street.
But angry Democrats say claims that the bills will make America safer is a lie that will further divide the country.
There are lies trying to convince American citizens that immigrants are not part of this country. There are lies trying to convince American citizens that these bills will make us better. It will only make us worse.
Critics say the bills only serve to criminalize all immigrants, whether they're here legally or not.
And it's unfortunate that today we have 2 bills that will be on the floor of Congress that, like I said, they are lies. They are a narrative that tries to say that immigrants are bad.
Biggs flatly rejects that charge. The bills, he says, just aim to keep criminals behind bars.
Are dealing with people who should have been actually in jail, in custody, until they were deported. And this corrects that and keeps them in jail and requires them to be there.
He says a lack of enforcement leads to cases where undocumented immigrants are released from jail only to commit crimes while free.
In both cases, we knew these people were criminally violent. One of them, at least one of them, had been convicted multiple times, and we didn't keep them in custody. The result, of course, is tragic.
Democrats conceded that they do not have the votes to stop the bills, which they cite as more evidence of anti-immigrant rhetoric coming from President Donald Trump. Rhetoric that inaccurately portrays all immigrants as criminals.
This is something that will hurt our local economies, and it will hurt the safety of our communities and it will not make our country better.
The House just finished voting about an hour ago. Both bills passed pretty easily, with most Republicans supporting the bill while Democrats opposed the bill. That was true for Arizona lawmakers, except for on Kate's Law, where Kristen Sinema and Tom O'Halloran both supported the bill. Live in Washington, I'm Alex Valdez, Cronkite News.
Former Maricopa County Sheriff Joe Arpaio is on his 4th day of trial for contempt of court. Today, one of the sheriff's former immigration squad leaders testified in his favor. Joseph Sousa says he didn't believe his officers were doing anything that would lead a judge to order a stop on immigration patrols. The trial will determine whether Arpaio is guilty of intentionally disobeying the judge's order, but Arpaio's lawyer says with his many years in law enforcement, Arpaio wouldn't even consider violating a court order. If convicted, the former sheriff could face up to 6 months in jail.
The city of Phoenix has formally adopted a budget that calls for the hiring of more than 250 new police officers. Cronkite News reporter Holly Bernstein looked further into the hiring plan and what it means for the communities it serves.
Sergeant Vince Lewis says the hiring goal regarding diversity in the Phoenix Police Department is to mirror the community it serves. According to these stats provided by Operations Lieutenant Anthony Lopez, of the nearly 3,000 current sworn officers as of June 16, 2017, 2,070 are white, 114 are African American, 509 are Hispanic, 74 are Asian, 20 are Native American, and 366 are female. Maribel Silva's father was a police officer in Mexico, which in part inspired her to apply to join the Phoenix Police Department. Now as an applicant and potential recruit, she hopes to show that cops have a good side.
You know, like, oh, they do something bad and then you see it like right away, you know.
Silva is here at the police academy going through the agility training with other applicants, though Silva already officially completed her agility test. Phoenix's new budget calls for hiring more than 250 police officers during the 2017-18 fiscal year. The goal is to have 3,125 officers by June of 2018. Jeff Barton, the city's budget and research director, says the number of officers is down because Phoenix stopped hiring during the recession from 2008 to 2015.
So as a result of the Great Recession, we had to actually reduce the number of officers that we had because the resources to pay for them weren't there.
Barton says now that the economy is recovering, they have the ability to start hiring again. Silva says she thinks the current amount of officers is low and encourages others to join the police force.
One cop versus, you know, X amount of citizens. So, yeah, I mean, the more people I feel, the better.
Lopez also provided these stats which show the demographics of recruits and laterals hired as of June 19, 2017. Out of 622 recruits and hires, 404 are white, 34 are African American, 167 are Hispanic, 8 are Asian, 9 are Native American, and 113 are women. For information on how to apply, visit phoenix.gov/police. Holly Bernstein, Cronkite News.
Surround sound and high definition help fans enjoy an immersive game day experience from home.
That's right, but the Diamondbacks are looking to step it up. Coming up on Cronkite News, the latest technology that's bringing baseball fans closer to the action.
And another Arizona sports team paid a visit to the VA, how the Cardinals are giving a salute to service.
I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. All my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now.
About now.
hastily from 36. And he hooks it in. Arizona State wins. Keeping one deep, and it is caught. Jalen Strong. Do you believe it?
Các nhà lãnh đạo Việt Nam mà nói rằng là chúng tôi sẵn sàng hy sinh đến cái người dân Việt Nam cuối cùng. Thực sự mà nói thì người dân không biết được, Viện miền Bắc không có thể ý thức một cách đầy đủ rằng đằng sau những cái tuyên bố mà cao cả đấy là sự hy sinh của chính họ.
So picture this. You can't make it to the ballpark for a game, and watching it on TV just won't cut it.
Yeah, well, lucky for you, this new partnership between Major League Baseball and Intel has you covered. Major League Baseball has taken a step into the future.
We set up our cameras and then bring VR, virtual reality, to the viewers.
So without stepping out the door, baseball fans can feel like they're at the game, and they can switch seats with the push of a button.
We allow users to either select one of those 4 cameras and be their own director, or we provide a director line cut feed where our director chooses what they feel is the best image to allow that user to have a laid-back experience.
See, it's really simple for viewers at home from the comfort of their own couch who want to catch a ball game. All you need is a Samsung Gear headset and a Samsung Galaxy phone. Just snap the phone into the headset, throw the headset on, and just like that, you're at the ballpark.
It's really providing that next step in technology that seems like everybody has a hunger for.
The kind of the unknown, like I want to experience something else, and virtual reality is that something else right now.
But Rose says Intel isn't looking to replace TV broadcasts or physically attending games.
It's to enhance. Right now, we're looking at VR as a second screen experience.
The setup process is different from a normal remote television broadcast because of the 3D experience.
Those 12 sensors need to be stitched together to create a 180-degree video that is seamless.
And it creates some extra work for the team.
It is out of the ordinary, so yeah, we do take some extra time, and we want to make sure that they're getting exactly what they need.
But for Geyer, it's all worthwhile because he hopes Major League Baseball is leading the charge into the future.
It shows them that we're willing to get on the cutting edge of what's next.
So get this, currently there's no charge to watch the games, but here's the catch. You can only watch live if you're out of market. So when Intel broadcasts a show at Chase Field, sorry D-backs fans, you'll have to wait until the following day to watch.
In other sports news, according to the VA, there are 22 million vets in the United States and 1.3 million active duty personnel.
Cronkite News reporter Danielle Lincecum found the Arizona Cardinals are taking the 4th of July as an opportunity to honor those who have fought for our country.
Visiting the Carl T. Hayden VA Medical Center in Phoenix on Wednesday held special meeting for Arizona Cardinals guard Caleb Johnson. His brother's in the Navy, stationed in Norfolk, Virginia. His father was in the Army, and his grandpa was a deep-sea diver in the Marines.
We play a fun game. It's a sport that America loves, but those troops are who we really should be praising.
Defensive tackle Xavier Williams, whose father, grandfather, and aunt and uncle served, echoed his teammates' sentiment.
The support for the country itself. They go out to keep us safe. They allow people like me to play a game for kids and, feel safe and feel comfortable doing it.
4 Arizona Cardinals, along with cheerleaders and Big Red, visited the VA to sign autographs for military veterans. But this was no ordinary signing.
One of the things I noticed since I've been out of the Marine Corps as a veteran is we hardly ever get any recognition to the world because they don't often hear about what military people do. And so I appreciate this, I really do.
Seeing some of the reactions of the veterans as they come up to the tables and get the pendant signed, and it really, really moves them to the point of tears for many of them because, again, this is very important that someone actually recognizes their service.
They've given up so much for this country, so any way you can help those guys out, it always means a lot.
The Cardinals begin training camp July 22nd at University of Phoenix Stadium. In Phoenix, Danielle Lincecum, Cronkite News.
So when you think of summer camp, you might think of children making macaroni sculptures.
But what about adults learning glass blowing? Coming up on Cronkite News. We take you to an art academy that's hosting adult students at summer camp.
Going out of town for the weekend, I have your temperatures coming up.
Heaven knows you're a dreamer. Don't hide it from anyone. Don't hide it from anyone. Hey, would you believe me if I said we are here for a reason now? This is our life. This is what counts. This is for us. I will go anywhere for you.
Right now, firefighters near Prescott are trying to get the upper hand on the Goodwin Fire as it continues to grow tonight. Some good news, though, for residents of Mayer. They're being allowed to return home after evacuations ordered were lifted this morning. Governor Doug Ducey visited earlier today with a Goodwin camp and worked closely with officials to help those affected. Major roads in the area have been closed and mandatory evacuation orders are still in place for numerous communities, including Pine Flats, Walker, and Poland Junction. As of today, the fire has burned 25,000 acres and is only 25% contained. With the 4th of July coming up, many people want to go outside and watch fireworks.
That's right, and Madison Connor is here. She has your holiday forecast so you can plan ahead. Madison, what's the 4th going to look like?
Well, Tyler, while last week it was pretty warm, we cooled down quite a bit this week. We're still in those triple digits, though. We're looking at 106 right now. The high was 108, so we're not quite there yet. Looking at temperatures across the state, there are cooler temperatures up here in the north. 83 in Flagstaff, 86 in Show Low, 87 in Grand Canyon. And then over there in Lake Havasu, they're looking at 106. Zooming in to see those valley temperatures, we have 106 in Goodyear, Glendale, and Laveen, 104 in Buckeye. And then by tonight, it is expected to go almost under 100 in most areas. Now, if you're sticking around for the 4th of July, you can expect clear and calm skies by nightfall, 85 degrees. And then looking at our 7-day forecast, we have 109 tomorrow, 108 on Sunday and on Monday, and we heat up to 112 on Wednesday. I'm Madison Connor, Cronkite Weather.
Summer camps provide an opportunity for people to get away, learn new skills, and meet new friends. But most camps are meant just for children. Cronkite News reporter Carson Bush-Jost was at Idlewild Arts Academy, which offers summer camps for adults.
Dawn Gulland was looking for a life-altering experience.
Just to try and kind of bring life and vitality back to yourself.
After a career as a CPA and stay-at-home mom, Dawn decided to follow her passion.
I was looking into glass blowing. I always thought it was really interesting. It was kind of a bucket list item.
She was drawn to Idlewild Arts Academy, one of 3 overnight camps of its kind in the western U.S. Located 2 hours east of Los Angeles in a remote area nestled in the San Jacinto Mountains, Idlewild offers an immersive experience.
We've been a place that changes lives through the transformative power of art.
The school was founded in 1946 and has nurtured thousands of artists since.
We bring in top quality music faculty, visual artists from top universities across the country.
For 9 months out of the year, it's a residential high school. But during the summer, the academy offers the Adult Arts Center. Individuals stay for a week to learn a craft of their choosing, like ceramics or painting. Other classes include Native American arts, music, and writing. Dawn is one of 300 to 500 adults that go through the program each summer.
It recharges your batteries, makes you feel wonderful again.
After a week, students head back to lead their normal lives, but leave with a new skill, a few more friends, and a different outlook on life. In Los Angeles, Carson Bush-Jost, Cronkite News.
Week-long classes are $765, but Dawn's experience, which includes room and board, goes for approximately $1,400. ASU alumni continue to make strides in professional sports.
Coming up on Cronkite News, how one of the alumna's recognition from the NCAA inspired her to go pro.
What are you doing? Possibilities. Your day is filled with them.
Reach up, energy in the fingertips, collapse. TV, play Downton Abbey.
And PBS helps everyone discover theirs. Anytime, anywhere.
Up in the sky, you can see it.
PBS, we're with you for life.
A Sun Devil was among 12 of the top female college athletes to be nominated for the highest honor in NCAA golf. Cronkite News reporter Carson Bush-Jost was in Los Angeles for the 41st Annual Honda Awards.
Arizona State's Monica Vaughn was honored as the top golfer at the Collegiate Women's Sports Awards presented by Honda. The event at USC's Galen Center brought together the top female athletes by sport in the country.
To be honored for this award it's a privilege. It's just been an amazing journey, and I'm so lucky to be the Honda Award winner for golf.
Vaughn led the Sun Devils to the national title this past season, while claiming the individual crown for the 6th time in ASU history. She is also a 3-time All-American and earned 5 top 3 finishes in her final 6 events.
Once I got to ASU and I was surrounded by so many wonderful people, and I had so many great resources, and I really realized that, we can do this, I can do this.
Well, they asked them today to pick 3 adjectives to describe themselves, and the first one that she used was fierce, and no other athlete there used that word.
Vaughn's golfing career is far from over. Her victory at the NCAA championship convinced her to turn pro.
All the memories I've made along the way is something I'll never forget, and I think that I can make a lot more playing on tour.
Our expectations are for her to go up there and win, and we're getting ready. We're going to be there.
She'll be playing in her first professional tournament, the Marathon Classic in Ohio, in late July. In Los Angeles, Carson Bush-Jost, Cronkite News.
Athletic excellence alone is not enough to earn a Honda Award. Vaughn achieved 3 first-time Pac-12 all-academic honors while graduating magna cum laude with a degree in communications.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, we continue our discussion on the Senate's proposed health care bill with what could be a better idea already in place in Nevada. And we'll speed on over to PIR to check out some new changes to the racetrack.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour. How income inequality has gone down around the world, even as it's been climbing in the U.S. and Europe. That's Thursday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thanks for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
Next time on The Coroner.
I'm not the police.
Her job is to determine cause of death.
He didn't kill himself.
But for Jane Kennedy, staying out of the way just isn't her style.
As the coroner, I'm asking you to investigate.
And working with her cop ex-boyfriend can be messy.
I didn't say that.
No, there's a lot you don't say.
The acclaimed mystery series.
Oh, perfect.
The Coroner.
Tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds.